Hey, stargazers. So this little segment is about Netanyahu, and I just wanted to give you guys a little reference point. So there was an American comedian called Bill Engvall who did it. He's a comedian, and he did a whole comedy routine. It was called "Here's Your Sign," right? So it's like if you needed to know like how much of a dumbass you really were, here's your sign. It's a funny, funny, funny routine. I'll link to it in the description box. So you want to go watch his comedy routine, it's worth watching. But for this is not about being a dumbass. I just want to say, weird segue. Um, what I want to say is for if you, like myself and everybody else, you've been literally just paralyzed because it's like, how is this happening? The world is upside down. Everybody's nuts, like in more than the usual amounts. Um, and where is this all going? You know, are we going to hell in a handbasket? You know, yada, yada, yada. Well, here's your sign. Okay. Pluto has just entered Aquarius and within the last 24 hours. And as this has happened, the International Criminal Court has issued a warrant for the arrest of Benjamin Netanyahu, that cockroach, his Secretary of Defense, and the leader of Hamas for crimes against humanity. Now, I realize that this has taken way too long. This warrant should have been sent out a lot sooner than this. We've lost way too many innocent people, and way too many atrocities have happened. But the fact of the matter is, we're here now, so it's a start, right? We've turned the corner. So, for those of you who are worried about us ending up in like the end of the world, or whatever, I don't even know, this nihilistic garbage people like are wringing their hands about, and unfortunately some of the metaphysical people have also been feeding on, right, for at least 2 or 3 years. Here's your sign: we're not going to end up there. We have turned a corner, right? So sometimes you got to look for this stuff because progress is messy, change is hard, and big social evolution takes time. So you got to look for the signs along the way. So there's that. Now, I'm not that familiar with Netanyahu's chart. I'm going to take a look at it later, a closer look at it later, maybe, if it's seeing how I feel. One of the things that's interesting is that he carries Saturn at 15 Virgo at the top of his chart. Sag, Cap, yeah, 15 Virgo at the top of the chart. Now, Saturn by transit is at 12 Pisces in opposition to that. Saturn will make an exact opposition to his natal Saturn and his midheaven, okay, within a few months. So remember, Saturn gives you what you've earned. So keep an eye on that and let's see what he's getting. And the fact that this warrant for his arrest came out now as Saturn is near his Saturn in midheaven and Pluto has changed signs is huge, huge, huge. Because remember, Pluto has to do with the masses, all of us. This has to do with social evolution, right? Transpersonal things. This is all of us as a group, the humanity as a whole. So Pluto entering Aquarius on the issue, the warrant for his arrest being issued for crimes against humanity is a big one and a big, big sign. Okay. So with that said, just a couple little notes also. Now he took an eclipse. There was a 10 Libra eclipse back in like October, September, October. Forgive me for not knowing exactly when it was. I've been busy, like, doing other stuff. What's important is that he took this eclipse on his natal Mercury. So we knew his Mercury was going to be triggered by this eclipse, and we know this eclipse as being gently activated this month. But I would look for more serious activation a little bit later. We'll keep an eye on that. But he did take the eclipse to his Mercury, and the Venus act is triggering it, blah, blah, blah. So we're seeing that now. Also, too, he has Neptune at 15 Libra, which is close to that eclipse degree as well, and also being triggered. So it's little stuff. I'm not seeing a lot of huge things connected to his personal chart in here. However, that doesn't mean that it's not there, because remember, astrology is a lot more complicated than just connecting one dot to the other. The other thing is that he's got a couple of planets that are going to have returns in the next couple of months. So this story is not over. It's just starting for him, and this should play out pretty quickly. So here's your sign. We're not going to end up in whatever weird like hell some people want to believe that we're all going to go to because we don't practice their version of Christianity or Zionist Judaism or picket thing, right? Religious wackadoodles. we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. And it's very important that you guys get your mind right. I keep telling you this, get your mind right, keep your mind right, hold the faith, hold the line. Don't let them win your mind. Don't let them win your mind. So remember, just like motorcyclists, look at where you're trying to go, not what you're trying to avoid. Okay, and that's how you get to the other side of a problem. All right, so that's it. I was very excited when I heard this.